Saloon styling brings smaller tailgate opening without compromising on boot space. Mercedes has unveiled a four-door sedan version of its new entry-level A-Class, joining the hatchback model that made its European debut in April. The German car giant has already launched a saloon-shaped version of the compact hatch for the Chinese market, called the A-Class L Sedan, but the model announced today will be heading to the UK next spring, says Auto Express. The sedan's exterior design is almost identical to the base model, the magazine says, apart from a roofline that slopes downwards towards the rear to accommodate the new boot section. Measuring in at 4,549 mm in length, the A-Class sedan is 130 mm longer than its hatchback sibling, says Evo. The wheelbase is identical to the hatch, however, so buyers shouldn't expect any more interior volume. Boot space is the same too, at 420 litres, although the smaller opening on the new model isn't as convenient as that on the base car, the mag says. That said, the sedan is the most aerodynamically efficient Mercedes yet, according to automotive news site MOTOR1. Its drag coefficient of 0.22 count should improve the saloon's fuel economy over the hatch model. Under the bonnet of the entry-level A200 model sits a 1.3-litre turbocharged four-cylinder petrol engine producing 161 bhp and 184 pounds-feet of torque, Autocar reports. The alternative option is a 1.5-litre four-cylinder diesel A180D version with 114 bhp and a torque figure of 192 pounds-feet. These are the only two engines available at launch, but the magazine says more options will be added once production is ramped up. Pricing is expected to be announced at the Paris Motor Show, which runs from 4 to 14 October. Autocar says the sedan will probably cost around £26,500, £3,000 more than the hatch. What about the hatchback version? Orders for the new Mercedes A-Class hatchback are open now. Prices start at around £24,000 for the entry-level A180D model at launch, says Autocar. A £22,000 petrol variant is expected later in the hatchback's life cycle. A-Class hatchback reviews. Gadgets and gizmos are what draw buyers towards cars in today's market, the Sunday Times says, and the new Mercedes A-Class offers them in spades. Step inside the premium hatch, and you'll be treated to two freestanding digital screens and a sleek dashboard, making the cabins of its rivals look old-fashioned, the newspaper says. The new A-Class features an equally impressive augmented reality, Arkansas, navigation system, which places computer-generated directional arrows over the car's front-facing camera, says Auto Express. This system also overlays street names and house numbers and is available in the optional advanced navigation pack for £495, although you'll also need to spec the larger 10.5 inches touchscreen infotainment display. The car's handling has come a long way since the mediocre first generation of the hatchback launched in 1997, says Evo, but the new model still isn't the sharpest car compared with its rivals. The steering is relatively accurate, and the 2.0-litre turbo engine doesn't feel unreasonably strained under hard acceleration, the magazine says. However, the A-Class doesn't offer much feedback, and brake pedal has quite a lot of travel before the car begins to slow down. Nevertheless, the build quality is solid, and there's almost no noise from the engine when cruising, says Top Gear. The new hatchback doesn't feel like a leader in its class, but it puts comfort before sportiness, and has an impressively high-tech cabin, the site concludes. Design. Look closely, says car buyer, and you can see the new A-Class is far more expressively designed compared to the outgoing model. The new car's wheelbase has been slightly extended, and the wheel arches are larger to accommodate wheels that span from 16 to 19 inches in diameter. The upswept headlights give the hatchback a more aggressive and assertive look, the website says, while the car's rear end has a less angular look than the outgoing model. Many of the car's design cues have been plucked from the company's concept A Saloon, which made its debut at the Shanghai Motor Show last year. Plus, Auto Express says the design tweaks mean the new A-Class is not only sportier than the outgoing model, but it's also more aerodynamic. Interior and technology. Mercedes has completely overhauled the interior of the new hatchback, says Auto Express, giving it a luxurious and high-tech feel. Much like the company's more expensive models, drivers can change the ambient lighting inside the A-Class, the magazine says, as well as a pair of freestanding instrument panels. Additionally, says Autocar, the hatchback is equipped with the new Mercedes-Benz User Experience (MBUX) infotainment system. This allows drivers to issue voice commands to the car's onboard assistant and view live traffic updates through the augmented reality Arkansas sat-nav system, a feature that makes its debut on the A-Class, says Autocar. Engines and performance. Buyers can choose from 3 engines at launch, says Evo, comprising of 2 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engines and a 4-cylinder turbo diesel. The base-level motor is a 1.33-litre petrol with cylinder deactivation and a particulate filter, the magazine says, which is designed to save fuel and reduce carbon emissions. Above that sits a 1.5-litre diesel that comes with AdBlue exhaust after treatment, which limits toxic NOx gases. At the top of the range is a 2.0-litre petrol model that boasts a power output of 221 bhp and 258 pounds-feet of torque, adds Evo. This also comes with a particulate filter, as well as variable valve timing to boost performance.